Are you looking for the best gaming laptops? In this video, we will look at some of the 4 best gaming laptops on the market. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description. So make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Number 1. Lenovo Legion Pro 7i. The Lenovo Legion Pro 7i, Gen 9, ushers in a new age of gaming laptops with its powerful Intel Core i9-14900HX processor and NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4080 GPU with 12GB of VRAM. That performance isn't the only head-turning feature. Its vivid display, loud audio, and satisfying keyboard wrap this beauty in a bow. And that bow sports a price tag under $2,500 on sale. Madeline Ricciuto said, "The Lenovo Legion Pro 7i is a gamer's gaming laptop," in our review of the Lenovo Legion Pro 7i, Gen 9. Let's start with performance. The Lenovo Legion Pro 7i averaged 105 frames per second on the Far Cry 6 Ultra 1080p benchmark, keeping pace with the MSI Vector 16HX 98 frames per second, while dominating the Alienware X16 R2 88 frames per second, and its last-gen model, 97 frames per second. The Legion and its competitors landed in similar positions on the Red Dead Redemption 2 medium 1080p benchmark, with the Pro 7i at 96 frames per second, the Vector 16 at 104 frames per second, the X16 R2 at 90 frames per second, and the Gen 8 at 69 frames per second. Then there's the display. A gorgeous 16-inch, 2560 by 1600, 240Hz panel clocking in 108.7% of the DCI P3 color gamut and 456 nits of brightness. Translation: it's vivid and vibrant enough to immerse you in your favorite games. With widely spaced keys and an actuation force that feels crisp and springy, the Lenovo Legion Pro 7i's keyboard puts off the notion that you need a mechanical keyboard to get serious gaming done. Same goes for sporting a gaming headset, outside of playing games online, of course, as the Legion Pro 7i supports the Harman Super Linear speaker system. That equates to 2 woofers and 2 tweeters, which are supported by a smart amp. If you want big, immersive sound, this is it. Number 2. Dell G16, 7630. I haven't been able to champion a budget gaming laptop in quite some time. At the risk of sounding like an old man, they just don't make them the way they used to. Until now. Let me introduce you to the Dell G16, 7630, a sub-$1000 gaming laptop with $2,000 plus gaming features. Rami Tabari said, "If I wanted to jump into battle with my friends on a budget, this is the gaming laptop I'd take with me," in our review of the Dell G16, 7630. The Dell G16, 7630, NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4068GB GPU puts in the strong effort you'd expect. Navigating Night City in Cyberpunk 2077, Ultra 1080p, was a breeze, with the G16 averaging 33 frames per second. That surpassed the Asus TUF Gaming A14, 30 frames per second, and Acer Predator Helios Neo 16, 32 frames per second, while just coming short of the Lenovo Legion Pro 5, 37 frames per second, which is natural due to its RTX 4070 GPU. The G16 then took a leap of faith in Assassin's Creed Mirage Ultra 1080p at 88 frames per second, matching the Helios Neo 16, 88 frames per second, and sliding past the TUF Gaming A14, 87 frames per second, but lagged behind the Legion Pro 5, 103 frames per second. One of the premium features I'd mentioned is its 16-inch, 2560 by 1600, 240Hz display. First, its specs are high quality, but so are its benchmarks. It covered a stunning 114% of the DCI P3 color gamut. While it is dim, at 310 nits of brightness, that's a problem solved by turning off the lights. I apologize to your eyes in advance. Then there's the keyboard. There are $2,000 plus premium gaming laptops that don't even support a keyboard this good, our best overall gaming laptop included. The Dell G16, 7630, features a Cherry MX tactile mechanical keyboard. You won't find these punchy, clicky keys in any other budget gaming laptop. Number 3. Lenovo Legion 7i Gen 9. Looking for that extra bump from budget? The Lenovo Legion 7i Gen 9 with an NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4078GB is the answer. It not only supports epic performance but also a bright display and a pleasant keyboard and touchpad experience. That's packed into a chassis with cool thermals. This is a laptop you can actually put in your lap. Ready to watch an RTX 4070 do some work? Yeehawing through the Wild West in Red Dead Redemption 2, medium, 1080. The Legion 7i scored 68 frames per second, defeating the Alienware M16 R2 and the Acer Predator Helios Neo 16, 65 frames per second. The Legion 7i spread chaos across Pandora in Borderlands 3, Badass, 1080p, at 90 frames per second, defeating the Helios Neo 16, 84 frames per second, and falling shortly behind the M16 R2, 102 frames per second. Jumping in with a 16-inch 2560 by 1600, 240Hz display, the Lenovo Legion 7i Gen 9 covered 81.6% of the DCI P3 color gamut and averaged 479 nits of brightness. That's some decent color and a hell of a lot of brightness. You'll have the best chance of survival when suffering poor lighting conditions in video games. The edge-to-edge keyboard is bouncy. And thanks to the Legion's well-spaced keys on a large deck, typing is an overall pleasant experience. The cherry on top is the glass touchpad, which makes for silky smooth inputs. It's no secret that gaming laptops get hot as the 9 layers of hell. Yes, this is a D&D reference. However, the Legion 7i's secret lies in its thermals. The underside topped off at 100 degrees Fahrenheit. That's impressive for a gaming notebook. But not everything is sunshine and rainbows. Despite the sub-$2K price, you're stuck with mediocre speakers. And then there's the short battery life, coming in at a measly 3 hours and 1 minute. Then there's the chassis. I love the design, but small scratches can easily strip the paint. Number 4. MSI Titan 18HX. MSI has always taken a kitchen sink approach to its flagship gaming laptops, and we're not complaining when you get something as powerful as the MSI Titan 18HX. This is an exorbitantly priced system, even for a top-tier gaming laptop. But for that arm, leg, and vestigial organ you're contemplating selling, you get an absolute powerhouse that shrugs off almost everything you can throw at it. The Titan's NVIDIA RTX 4090 with 16GB of VRAM cut through frame rates like a hot knife through butter, smoothly and immensely satisfying. It crushed every one of its competitors in the battle for frame rates, even its predecessor. On the Assassin's Creed Valhalla benchmark, the Titan nailed 169 frames per second, dominating the pack average, 134 frames per second. Even with the same RTX 4090 GPUs, the previous Titan, 124 frames per second, and the Asus ROG Strix Scar 18, 2024, 154 frames per second, were no match. The notebook breezed through our overall performance tests with its Intel Core i9-14900HX CPU and 128GB of RAM. Its dual SSDs in RAID 0 configuration posted a blistering 2,664.34 MB per second in our file transfer test. The thorn in this mighty beast's paw is the 2 hours and 40 minutes of battery life. But if you're looking for the most powerful gaming laptop on the block, you'd be hard-pressed to find one better. If the MSI Titan 18HX, 2024, isn't your speed but you still want an MSI notebook, check out our Best MSI Laptops page. Are you ready to hear about this monster's gorgeous 18-inch, 3840 by 2400 mini LED display clocked in at 120 Hz? This baby has a whopping 559 nits of brightness and covers 112.4% of the DCI P3 color gamut. You will experience a level of immersion to rival an OLED display, and I don't say that lightly.